How's it going, guys? Welcome to BBS here. And today, I know it's kind of weird, but we got our Wrestlemania 39 Night 1 reactions. I got the match card pulled up right here. For the most part, it's only missing the one match, which was the impromptu match that we'll get to in just a second. But overall, I will give the night as a whole probably a grade of I'd say a B. A B is solid, right? So, we opened up the show here with Austin Theory versus John Cena. And this match, dog shit. I'm going to put this one out there. This was one of the worst opening matches to a WrestleMania I've seen. Not from the quality of in-ring work, because they're obviously good. It's the finish, bro. What the fuck was that? The ref's going to die, and Austin Theory's just going to low blow Cena, hit an A-Town, and then fucking pin him? Trash. And then next we had the tag team showcase for the men. So the winner of the first match was Austin Theory, in case you couldn't piece that together. So we had the tag team showcase. Honestly, this was, in my opinion, a top 3 match of the night. It was definitely top half of the card for sure. It was match of the night contender until, I want to say, the main event and the Ray Dominic match. This might be third on the list for me. Everyone had their moment to shine. It was just a nice little showcase, honestly. That was just the point of the match overall. But, I mean, other than that, Chad Gable fucking suplex Braun Strowman. Ricochet did his thing. Angelo Dawkins, fucking shoulder tackled Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman got his ass beat a little bit. He was doing some shit. Fucking Otis was sweating everywhere. The Viking Raiders did their thing. 300-pound athlete motherfucker. They were doing their thing. And the Street Profits won this match. So our third match of the night, I believe, from my recollection of I just watched it, bro, and I just got turned off the main event. But our third match of the night, I believe, was the Damage Control versus Becky Lynch, Lita, and Trish Stratus. This match was okay. I mean, not much to say. Dakota Kai and Io Sky are really good. Bayley is always good. Becky Lynch is always good. Trish Stratus she still low-key had it. Not gonna lie. Now Lita, dog shit. I mean, it's been a while since she wrestled. I get it, and I don't think, from my recollection, she was ever the most athletic one to begin with. But I mean, she was just super stiff and super slow in the ring. But overall, I mean, he kind of did their thing. Io Sky did a moonsault or some shit on all 5. Trish Stratus hit some Stratusfaction. Lita hit her Twist of Fate. Becky Lynch hit Bayley with a manhandle slam from middle rope, top rope on Bayley to 1, 2, 3 the match. That was about it on that one. I know. It was either that match, it was either the tag team match and then Seth Rollins, Logan Paul, or that match and the women's match. And I don't remember the order because honestly, that tag team match got me hyped to the point where I didn't even remember which one was the third one. But I know the next is Seth Rollins and Logan Paul. Logan Paul comes out here with a fucking dude in a Prime bottle costume. Shit was dumb as fuck. It was kind of funny. And then it turns out midway through the match as, Logan's doing his thing, Seth Rollins is doing his thing. The dude in the Prime bottle is fucking KSI, bro. Are you serious right now? And, I mean, overall, it was an okay match. Seth Rollins picked up the win there. He kind of just beat the shit out of everyone. Not much to say about it. I'm not really a big fan of Logan Paul. I'm happy that Seth picked up the win. It seemed almost like a filler match, but it was a much needed win for Seth. And then next we had Rey Mysterio versus Dominic. And Rey and Dominic overall was honestly the second best match of the night, in my opinion. I mean, Dominic kept playing games with his fucking sister, and his mom beat the shit out of him. Ray fucking Hurricane Rana's Dominic into the corner. Takes his belt off, beats the shit out of him. Dominic's entrance, he comes out with a fucking, the ops. He comes out with the cops and shit. And then Rey Mysterio comes out with Snoop Dogg on the lowrider, bro, playing Eddie Guerrero's theme. And overall, it was such a good match. Judgment Day tried to come out and interfere, and then the new LWO came out, stopped the Judgment Day, and Rey Mysterio ends up winning the match. Next, we had Charlotte Flair versus Rhea Ripley for the SmackDown Women's title. This one is tough because it was a really solid match, but the placement on the show was poor. I think that this match should have opened WrestleMania. Honestly, I know that that's not the best because it was a title match. You don't want to really open a show with a title match. I think Rey and Dominic could have opened the show. I think Seth and Logan could have opened the show. I'm just really upset that John and Austin Theory opened the show, and it was low-key a short match. He had Make-A-Wish kids out there and shit, and then gets low-blowed. It's kind of fucked. But Charlotte and Rhea, it was honestly a great match. Rhea Ripley, doing her thing. She counters Charlotte a bunch of times on the figure 4 leg lock. Charlotte counters the Riptide a bunch of times throughout the match. Eventually, Charlotte hits some of her moves, hits Rhea with a spear. Rhea hits Charlotte with a Riptide. They both end up kicking out each time to those moves. And then the end of the match is pretty much, Rhea's hitting pretty much every move on Charlotte. She's kicked out. Charlotte's hit every fucking move on Rhea, and Rhea's kicked out. And so Rhea takes matters into her own hands, and she counters Charlotte Flair going on the top rope and fucking knocks her out cold. Then she climbs to the top rope and hits a top rope Riptide on Charlotte. 1, 2, 3. Rhea Ripley is your new SmackDown Women's Champion. That was the first title change of the night, which is kind of surprising. I mean, we went pretty much 2 hours into the show until we had a title change. And then we ended up having an impromptu match of The Miz versus a returning Pat McAfee with interference from George fucking Kittle. And I'm not going to get too much into it because it was just a filler match to space out the women's title and the tag team titles at the end. But Pat McAfee ends up beating The Miz. 1, 2, 3. Simple shit. Like, Miz being a pussy tries to run away. Snoop Dogg ends up making it official and shit. And Pat McAfee wins 1, 2, 3. And then we go to our tag team title match. And this is the shit that's got me turned right now. The Usos versus the team of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens for the undisputed tag team titles. This match legit went on for like half an hour. And the entire half-hour match, I was glued to my fucking seat. And I jumped out of my seat, fucking 1, 2, 2.5 bullshit, like 4 different times in this match from each side. I was invested. We have the Usos starting off the match. Sami in the ring, Jimmy in the ring. Jimmy tags in Jay, and then Sami decides to finally start fucking wrestling. And then we kind of just move along through the match. There's some big spots here and there. Kevin Owens gets tagged in after Sami's getting his ass fucking beat for like the first 5 minutes, 6 minutes of this match straight. Kevin Owens runs over, hits a fucking swanton bomb or whatever the fuck on both the Usos on the outside, hits a frog splash. There's just so many kickouts throughout this match. The Usos hit Sami Zayn with a 1D, and Michael Cole said it's the first time anyone's ever kicked out of the 1D. I'm not 100% factual on that one, but if that's true, that's fucking nuts, because Sami Zayn was literally getting his shit rocked, son. Rocked. And overall, that match, I would say, that match was match of the night, just because of the storyline, the build, the way that the match went, and the payoff for us waiting a year for this storyline. The payoff, bro. A 622-day tag team title reign for the Usos. One of the greatest modern tag team runs in WWE history. One of the greatest modern runs. The Bloodline, the first chip has finally fallen in the Bloodline. Night 1, Sami Zayn hits Jey Uso with 3 straight haluva kicks in the corner at the end of the match. After the second kick, Jimmy tries to get back in the ring and break it up. Kevin Owens hits Jimmy with the stunner, knocking him back out of the ring. Sami hits him with one final haluva kick. 1, 2, 3. And we have brand new tag team champions. Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. And the near 2-year reign of the Usos. Great fucking match. Honestly, like I said, I give the night a B. I really liked, the Trish Stratus Lita return. Even though that match was subpar, I'd say opening match, Theory, Cena, that was like a fucking D+, C-. That shit was ass. I mean, it could be John Cena's last WrestleMania match until WWE pulls the rabbit out the hat and he comes back on some weird shit one day. Logan Paul, Seth Rollins was like a B-, a B. I mean, it was solid wrestling, just kind of like with the KSI thing. It's just kind of goofy. The tag team showcase was like an A. Everyone's doing their thing. Ray and Dominic was like an A+. That shit was awesome. Charlotte and Rhea, just because the placement in the card was probably like a B+. It's still a great match. It's probably just a B+ because the placement, everyone was still amped up and hype over the Ray Dominic thing. That you didn't have much energy or time to try to get invested into this match. The Pat McAfee Miz match, honestly, it was like a fucking D. It's cool that Pat McAfee came back. I'm a big Pat McAfee fan, but like that shit was just filler to try to get people ready for the tag team title match. And the tag team title match, I give that an A+ overall. Overall, night 1 end pretty solid. We got night 2 coming up. Main event, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. And the way night 1 went, looks like Roman Reigns going to drop the titles, but we will see. Other than that, I will catch y'all on the flippity flip here from BBS, Big Ball Sports. Thank you for tuning in. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe to the channel for more. I know I should have said that shit at the beginning of the video, but it helps the YouTube algorithm. It helps the channel out just a lot. Share this with your friends, and we'll be back here tomorrow, probably with night 2 predictions, if not night 2 reactions. Thanks again, guys. See ya.